Shalom, Paul and Yeshua. Welcome again to the Rock. And I know for most people it is the day of Thanksgiving, but I do not celebrate Thanksgiving. My family doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving. We actually don't celebrate any of the holidays. We celebrate the holy days, the Feast of Yah. So, in case somebody's gonna say, "Hey, FY, Happy Thanksgiving," please don't say it. I'm not doing it. But the building of our second, I don't know, some people call it hot house, hoop house, whatever. But the first one, oh, you can say hi to two of my daughters. Look at them. Look at them. They've been working out hard out here today with me. Actually, they're working hard every day. Those two girls, all of my children, but those two girls will work. They will outwork most grown men. Work circles around them, and then come back and help them back up so they can outwork them again. But here is the first hoop house, the first rendition of the hoop house. I think this one is 5 panels long, and it's doing well. The greens are growing good inside. We saw a video recently, but I didn't like necessarily how I built everything on this one. So people were asking, what are you building in this middle section? More raised beds. More raised beds. So we started this one. So in this hoop house, for those who don't know how I build them, I run my panels, make them in an arch, as you can see right there on the inside. And I've seen a lot of people like cut holes, and I attach the panels together with zip ties. You can see them hanging down. Now, this one's not finished. This one actually right here, it's 5 panels. It's going to be, I believe, 7 panels long. This one will be. The last one was 5. And all I do is I pin the greenhouse wrap. Get on Amazon. So it's the greenhouse wrap. Very, very, very strong wrap and UV resistant. Done well. So I pin it underneath the cedar. And I sandwich it in between the cedar and a cattle panel. Now, on the other side, I have another piece of cedar. And these are just first cuts from your local lumber mill. We have a ton of lumber mills out here, so I get these for free, or I'll get them for a couple dollars. And as you can see inside right there now, you'll see my cats are in with the chickens. You can see them over there. You see one walking right there? Yeah, they come in here with the chickens. They live with the chickens. Don't ask me. They have a nice relationship. They're best friends, apparently. But we'll sandwich them in between. So we'll put the other cedar piece on the other side, and we'll drill it from the inside of the hoop house to the outside wood, and it actually sandwiches that greenhouse really, really nicely. So if I ever have to replace a whole sheet, it'll be very easy. Just take off that cedar piece, pull the wrap off, put a new piece there, drill it in, but also minimizes the amount of holes that I have to put in my plastic. It's just the holes that drill through this cedar, through the plastic, into the other cedar, and then it brings them together and sandwiches it. As you can see, it sandwiches that greenhouse plastic really, really nicely. I do it on both sides. I do it all the way down, so you can see. And then, right now, we're putting our chickens in here because, well, I love chickens. These are all of our roosters right now. A lot of these have been hatched out here. But we don't want as many in our chicken coop with our hens, because they will actually cause if you have too many roosters, they will actually destabilize your coop. The chickens will stop laying. They'll be stressed out. So if you ever are losing eggs, you're seeing your eggs diminish. I mean, obviously in wintertime, they're going to diminish. It could be quality of food. It could be, mites, other things going on in there, pests. But it also could be you have too many roosters in your coop. So that's an idea. But we're throwing leaves in here, and letting the chickens stay in here. And what they're doing is they're tilling this ground for me. They're doing all the work. They're digging, they're tilling, they're scratching, and all we're doing is dumping leaf after bucket of leaf in here. all winter they'll be in here, and they'll make my soil for me. And then all I have to do is plant into this. Yeah, I know the soil's gonna be a little bit hot. I probably won't plant a spring garden in here. I'll probably plant a fall garden in here. So it'll be decomposed and ready. It won't be too hot to plant into. But then again, I'm not really worried about that. Honestly, I'm not. I've had good results planting in ground where the chickens just were. I've still had good results. But this is just a simple build. And now it's 5 panels. Again, it'll be 7 panels long. The back wall, you see the tarp there, that's not going to be there because, you know, the hothouse is going to keep moving backwards. So that's just a temporary fence just to keep these guys in here. And then next year, you know, just testing this idea out, I'm going to build that same exact house right here. And this is in between my hen, where my hens are, my main coop is, that I have the 2 laying houses for my chickens. But I'll be doing it right here. And it's going to be for meat birds and extra roosters because we hatch out our own chickens here. You don't know how many roosters you're going to get, but we're also going to go heavily into meat birds next year and raise our own meat birds. Lots of them. So simple. Although when I do the chicken, the one that's specifically for the chickens, I'll probably put chicken wire in along the cattle panel and then put the greenhouse plastic in just a section of it, because if you've ever been in one of these tunnels in the summertime, these things get hot. So I'll probably do it that way. So one side is covered, and then, you know, the other side, and if it's raining or snowing, it won't be in their face. But also, so they can get, you know, the fresh air. You know, although, you know, the other side will be open, this side will be open. I just like the idea of them getting some fresh air and not being so hot. So here's an idea. I was asked, you know, about making these houses, and these are some of the cedar pieces. The outside pieces, if you notice, are always really thick. I choose really thick pieces on the outside, and then the inside, I choose thinner pieces so I can drill through them and into the outside. And also, this is going to be basically a raised bed. I'm gonna build a small pathway right through the middle, just like I did in my other one. And then I'm gonna have gardens on each side that are kind of raised, you know, maybe 6 inches, 8 inches of raised bed, and grow our food in there. And again, it's gonna be wonderful. The other hoop house is doing great. It's growing great. We have some freezes coming, so that'll be interesting. You know, we've already had some freezes, and they went right through the freezes, no problem. So the opportunity and the idea of being able to also have fresh vegetables throughout a portion of the winter, you know, maybe up until January, sounds appealing to us. Maybe February, we'll see. In the zone that we are in, there's a possibility that the hoop house will work. Also, to keep some heat in there, we're gonna take our wood ash, and we have some metal cans, and we're gonna put some metal cans in here, and see if the heat will keep the hoop house warm enough to keep the vegetables alive. So, always experimenting. Again, you can see our little cat right in there. There he is. Yeah, the cats will come in here and chill with the chickens, as that one is. Just walking around. Completely awesome. We haven't had any cat problems with them, and they'll get in the coop sometimes and run around the coop with the chickens, and the roosters will chase them around and like they're playing tag. But we'll have some more updates. Let me go to the back side. We'll have some more updates. You can see how I sandwiched it. And then this section of greenhouse plastic is ready to be stretched over. This is the next piece of cedar that I'll be using to connect from that piece, and it'll just keep running along here. 2 more. You can see this one's already set up. So we'll have 2 more cattle panels, and that's also these cedar pieces. I choose cedar because cedar takes a long time for it to decompose. So it'll hold the garden in. I won't have to replace them anytime soon. But also I choose heavy pieces because we do have some high winds here. I mean, it is the Ozarks. We have some extremely high winds at times, 60, 70 mile per hour winds, 50 mile per hour winds. And I don't want my, hoop house flying away. The one over here has had no problems, hasn't lifted up. I got the same thing. You can see the cedar pieces on the outside. Laying down. Also, I know people are going to say, you're using tires. You don't know what's in the rub. Listen, I pressure wash these tires. I scrub them. I get them from a local place. I pressure wash them, scrub them. I'm not worried about these tires. Most people, don't know where their food comes from. And they'll be the ones arguing about, you don't know what's in the tires. The rubber. I get it. I understand. I've done the research. I've done the studies, actually. Anyways, so we'll be growing squashes. So you see these 3 right here. Just a piece of canopal, about 8 feet tall. And we'll plant the squashes in each of these tires. They'll trellis up. And then I'm going to run wire to attach from post to post so they can climb on the wire. I'll probably be building another 10 of these. And just growing tons of squash. The children love winter squash. We love winter squash. It's a beautiful thing. So, again, there's a cedar you can use. Check your local mill if you have a local mill. We have tons of them out here. And sometimes they'll give it away for free. Sometimes they'll have so much, but usually they'll charge, $10, $15, $20. And you can take a whole bundle home. And with a bundle, you could probably do 3 or 4 of these hoop houses. Easy. For $20. So we've also used it for siding for some sheds. We've used it for, we built some of our garden beds, our raised beds with this cedar. So if you have a local mill, see if you can grab hold of some. Anyways, I hope you're having a blessed day. I hope that this, fifth day is wonderful, a blessing. I have tons of projects. I'll be showing you tons more videos. I hope you appreciate them and enjoy them. All right. Bless you. Shalom.